Welcome to my video on supplementary and complementary angles. So, two angles are supplementary if they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so what I want you to write here is adjacent angles. And remember, these two angles are adjacent because they share the same vertex and the same side. So these two angles, 140 and 40 degrees, are supplementary angles because they add up to 180 degrees. And you can think of a straight line starts with S, and so does supplementary, so a straight line is 180 degrees. That's one way you can use to remember it. Notice that together they make a straight angle or straight line, which is 180 degrees. Now, these two are supplementary because 60 plus 120 equals 180. Okay, so they don't have to necessarily be adjacent angles. You can just call these supplementary because they add up to 180 degrees. So let's take a look at the two questions. Two angles are supplementary, and one of them is 31. Okay, so if we know they're supplementary, we know they add up to 180 degrees. What is the size of the other angle? So what we can do to find the missing angle, we can subtract these. So we're going to take 180 degrees minus 31, and that will give us 149 degrees. Okay, number two, two angles are supplementary, meaning they add up to 180 degrees, and one of them is 127. So what we can do, once again, is do 180 minus the angle that we know, 127, and that will give us our missing angle. So this one is 53 degrees. Okay, so supplementary adds up to 180 degrees. What do you think complementary angles add up to? You're right, 90 degrees. So two angles are complementary if they add up to 90 degrees or a right angle. Now, adjacent angles. Okay, and once again, we can tell that these are adjacent because they share this side and they share the same vertex. These two angles, 40 degrees and 50 degrees, are complementary angles because they add up to 90 degrees. Notice that together they make a right angle. These two are complementary because 27 plus 63 equals 90. Okay, at the bottom, if two angles are complementary, meaning they add up to 90 degrees, and one of them is 77, what is the other missing angle? So we could do 90 minus 77, and that will give us 13 degrees. And then the last example, if two angles are complementary, and one of them is 34, what is the size of the other angle? So once again, we can do 90 minus 34, and that will give us 56 degrees. Now, one thing I want to go back and do, I forgot to label this before, this is non-adjacent angles that were complementary because they added up to 90 degrees. And then I just want to go back real quick to supplementary, and I want to write that these are non-adjacent angles that are supplementary because they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, that concludes our notes on supplementary and complementary. I hope you have a great day.